So limit orders, stop losses, stop markets, they are all very useful. But there is one order type I feel is very underrated. It's extremely useful if you know how to use it. So what is this? This is actually the stop limit order. A stop limit will work mostly like the stop market, but you can also do some other cool stuff with it. So let's say you want a stop loss at 91.50, and you could do a stop market at 91.50. Close on trigger to close position. Let's use 5,000 contracts. Sell. Now we have a stop loss. Then we do the actual long at 91.81 or something. This will be a limit order, and it will be a maker. If we get a maker rebate if it's getting filled, as it's a limit order. So what's the proper leverage for this position? I didn't calculate the risk on this one, but this is just an example. So the proper leverage would be the one that wouldn't get liquidated before the stop loss. So I can already see that I could most likely do a 100x, but let's just do the calculation. So I'm long from 91.81, 100x. Yeah, even a 100x would be okay here. So we can do that. Just set it to 100x. Okay, let's check the profit and loss for 5,000 contracts. Entry at 91.81. Stop loss at 91.50. Okay, so the risk will be pretty much 1% of the account, so that's okay. It's a very tight stop loss. Okay. I can use a stop limit for this order, this position instead. And what should be the limit price? Because if I want to trigger the stop loss at 91.50, I should use a lower limit price than the limit price, because if not, I need to wait for if the price will pass this 91.50, I need to wait for it to go down and up again to get filled if I do the same limit price as the trigger price. So what price should I use? Okay, if I don't use a stop loss and the price goes way below, I would lose this amount. This is the margin for the position, and the most I could lose is 0.0062 XBT. If I do a market stop, in some extremely rare situations, when the mark price is not changing a lot, and but the last price is changing much, more like a fat finger or something, the stop loss could actually trigger below the point of the bankruptcy price, making me lose more money even than getting licked. So if I'm doing high risk trades or knife catches and so, I sometimes, actually quite often now, use stop limits instead to limit my possible loss and limit it to the liquidation amount as a worst case. Then it's easier to do proper risk. On this trade, if I get liquidated, this will be a little bit more than 3% of the account. So what I can do, I can check the exit price. So what will be the bankruptcy price? That's the point when the loss is the same as the margin, pretty much. I need to take the fees into account, but let's see, 90, 70, higher, 80, 90. Okay, this is pretty much the spot, because on this one I need to take into account the 0.075% fee on the actual stop loss too. So this is the bankruptcy price. If the stop loss is triggered below this point, I could just as well get liquidated. I will not lose more money. I might actually have my other orders in this pair cancelled. That's a side effect of liquidation, but this will ensure that this is my maximum loss. So I take this price, remove this stop loss, change it to a stop limit. The stop price is the price for my stop loss, the stop market price, and this is the limit price. So what will happen if the price goes down to 91.50? BitMEX will trigger a limit sell, reduce only still, at the price of 90.90. That's down here. If price moves too fast past this price, the stop limit will be skipped and I will be liquidated, but at this point I would still lose this already known amount and not more. With the stock market, I still recommend people to use stock markets for new users, but if you really know what you are doing, you can do a stop limit with the limit price at the bankruptcy price. This way you could get filled by the stop loss, and if not, you are getting licked, and that's okay too in this example, because you already know your risk on this trade. So I can do this and sell place. So this stop limit will trigger a sell down here, and you know, if you are doing a sell below current price, you will be filled instantly at the best possible price based on the order book. Let's just cancel this and this. For stop limits, you can also, I use it to trigger profit targets. I can also link you a tool I'm using. I made it myself, which will do this for you. So let's say we're doing the same long at 81 or something. Why? We're doing a stop loss. I can just do the stop market this time. Sell. So this position isn't filled yet. So normally I cannot set profit targets in a safe way, because as I've shown in a previous video, if I just do a profit target like this, I cannot choose reduce only because I'm not filled yet. It will just cancel the order. And if I do a normal limit to do a take profit, I can end up getting stopped first, then the price goes here, and I'm starting a new position, and that's not what I intended. So what I could do a stop limit. The stop price will need to be one tick below the entry, because I need to ensure that I'm filled first. So 91.80.5, 91.80.5, and the limit price is 94.11. And now, I'm sure I need to be sure to click close zone trigger, for the same reason as before. Click sell, and this will now do a stop limit order, and when price goes 50 cents below my entry, it will trigger a 500 contracts profit target up here as a reduce only order. So this way I could trigger multiple profit targets. I can do one at 99.11, just use the same type, and now it will trigger 2 profit targets. So this is super useful, and it's a feature not many people are using.